library aides. This is a reminder for those of you who have served as library aides before. For those of you who are new, this will be a lesson on how to find books that have been held by students or staff. So I'm going to pretend you've already logged in. You should be able to see your name up here. Now, if you don't have library aid access, if it still shows that you're a student, you won't have a whole bunch of buttons. You'll just have like 2 or 3. So you need to let me know if you still need library aid access. And then you'll see this little flag. As soon as a student orders a book, that flag will pop up with an exclamation point. That flag lets us know that we have books on hold. So we click the flag and it will show which books have been held and by which students or staff members. Now, I can see that we have Bad Kitty School Days and Diary of a Wimpy Kid Old School on hold for the same person. Now, that won't matter if it's a staff member, but let's pretend Mrs. McDonald is a student. Students are only allowed one graphic novel each. So when you go to check this out to Mrs. McDonald, you'll get a pop-up that says, this is the student's second graphic novel. Are you sure you want to check this out to them? So pay attention to those pop-ups, because that's supposed to be a flag that says, whoops, they ordered 2. And they only get 1 graphic novel per student. So we're going to pretend Mrs. McDonald is a student. And we just kind of have to pick which of these. I often go by whichever one they ordered first. If it's in, I pull that copy. The button over here that says pull copy means that it won't be available for anybody to check out, but you need to go get it off the shelf if you actually hit the pull copy button. So what I actually do, because once you check it out, it's no longer available for kids to check out. So what I will do is, a lot of times I will print this off. You could just write them down or take your laptop with you, go out into the library itself and look for the books. And make sticky notes on each book that says, this is for Mrs. McDonald. This book is for Sally Smith. This book is for Juan Rodriguez. So you've got sticky notes that tell you which book is for which student. And then when you go to check it out, it'll be quicker. Sticky notes are in the book hospital, in the paper products cupboard. So if you need more sticky notes, that's where you get them. But try to keep them handy in the same spot on the circulation desk so you can easily find them. Okay, now let's go back to, what if our student has checked out 2 graphic novels? Well, you just pick one to actually check out to them. Now this little planet looking thing is supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be like an eyeball, because it says view when you hover on it. So we can view her. And one quick way to check this out is to scan it, to scan the book. So you click on her, you go to her, and then you scan the book. Now you'll need to be in circulation in order to check the book out to her. Make sure it says her name here, and then you check the book out. Okay? Since I'm doing this remotely, I'm going to go back to my holds and grab that T number or the book number, the barcode number. Right click copy. Okay, now I'm going to circulation. There she is. She popped up again because she was the last student that I looked at. It says there are 2 holds ready, and if you want to see what they are, you can always click here. It will take you back to holds. You can see what she has that she's waiting for, but you still need to go back to checkout to check it out. So you scan it, and it puts that number in there for you, and now it's checked out to her. The other one is tricky because it won't go away until you check it out to her. So I'm going to go ahead and try to check it out to her. It will probably, if she's a student, it will give me a pop-up that says that she's not supposed to have 2. But since she's a staff member, I didn't get that pop-up. Okay, now what I have to do is check it back in, because it will not leave the holds until you check it out to her. So I just checked it back in, and now it shows she's only got Bad Kitty. Make sure you pick Bad Kitty to take down to the 6th grade English teacher to distribute to the student. Don't accidentally give them Wimpy Kid and put Bad Kitty back on the shelf, because it's been checked out to her. So you want to make sure you're clear on which one you've actually checked out, and that one, keep the sticky note on it until the kid gets it. But the one that you just checked in, the one that you didn't want, this Wimpy Kid one, make sure you take the sticky note off of it so it doesn't go out into circulation for her to have, because it says that it's checked in. Okay? So we want to make sure that we deliver the book we actually checked out. Now, if you don't check it out to her and then check it back in, the next student to come along is going to give her a white slip, and you must also give her a white slip. So if you don't get rid of them when they're in the flag by checking them out, checking them in, if you don't get rid of them, the next student will send her a white slip too. So you want to make sure that you not only fill out a white slip, but you also delete the book from the queue, or that list of held books. Okay, so quick review, you can either click on the flag with the exclamation point, or there's actually a holds button. ILL means interlibrary loan, and that will bring up a list of all the kids who have local materials ready for patron. In other words, they're ready for you to check them out. Local materials meaning books. You go find them. You can take your laptop with you, and you find the book, you put sticky notes on it, and then you check it out. Remember to click check out, then scan the barcode on the book, make sure you're under the right student, check to see if the holds ready goes away. Once you have 0 holds, you have checked the book out to the student. Next, I'm going to go over all the reasons why you might not be able to deliver a book to a student. So if you look at the white slip, it's got a place for the student name. We want to make sure that the name is clearly written so teachers can easily hand it out. The student grade level, and you can find this in their records on Follett Destiny. Occasionally a student who's new doesn't have a grade level, and you'll just want to leave that book for me to check out because I can find out from the office. You can also go ask at the office. The title of the book they requested is next. If it is in a series, it often helps to put Wimpy Kid, Old School, because that will help them remember which book they ordered. Now, down at the bottom it says, the Wendell Middle School Library is unable to provide this book to you for the following reasons, and you need to pick one. So write a little X or a check mark on the box that counts. The first checkbox says this book went into quarantine shortly after you requested it. So this usually only happens if students come in as friends and you quarantine their book and then their friend tries to check the book out. That happens from time to time. The next one is the most common. Only 1 graphic novel per student is allowed. This book would be your second graphic novel. A lot of times the kid actually has the other graphic novel in the classroom with them. They just haven't put it in the Dropbox yet. But it doesn't hurt to check the Dropbox too and see if the graphic novel has been returned, if it's one they already had checked out. The next box says this book is lost. Now, when kids move, sometimes they take our books and we don't find out until we get a request for that book. So you need to leave some kind of a note for me or send me an email that says that book needs to be deleted from the collection so that I can delete the book if it truly is lost. You went to the shelf where it's supposed to be and it's not there. So don't just mark it lost in the computer, which you can do. But also send me a note that says this book barcode number T whatever whatever numbers, okay, is lost, and that way I can delete it. The next one says this book is in the book hospital but had not been changed to book hospital yet when you requested it. For example, it might have been returned damaged. So if they go into quarantine and they're damaged and then we put them in the book hospital, we're supposed to mark them as book hospital, but sometimes kids forget to do that. They just stick it in the book hospital and forget to mark it. So if you find it in the book hospital, don't check it out to a kid. It needs to be fixed. Just check off that box. The next box says you have 2 books out already. If these are lost books, you may wish to pay for them or trade in a good book that our library really needs. Now, when kids come and say they want to trade a book, that's something I need to do. So library aides can't do that. They'll have to do it at a time when the librarian is available. So you can give them the wish list, which will be in one of the drawers in the circulation desk. It will say wish list on it. That way they know what books our library needs so that they're returning a book, purchasing a book that our library needs in exchange for the lost one. The last box says the book you've chosen was already checked out by another student. In Follett Destiny, it will say local materials pending for any books that are already checked out by another student. This requires a white slip, plus you have to delete the book after you fill it out. So we actually get this one a lot at the start of the school year. Kids check out books without noticing that the book is already checked out by another student. Now you can leave those books sitting in the holds for me to take care of, but initially I just fill out a white slip and then I delete it. And you also have the delete button, so it's not hard for you to delete it. Just make sure you fill out a white slip first so the kid knows that's why their book was deleted, because it's not available because another kid has it. The last section, called Other, is for library business only. It is not a place for you to write notes to your friends that you're delivering books to. So please keep it professional if you do use that box. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.